We rely on the cybersecurity profession to secure the most important parts of our increasingly digital lives. Unfortunately, reflecting the larger problems of racism in America, cybersecurity has deep challenges of equity and inclusion. These issues undermine not just the profession itself, but the crucial role that it plays in our personal, business, and national security. To address these challenges, Share the Mic in Cyber began as a volunteer movement to build a more diverse and effective cybersecurity profession. Today, we invited Camille Stewart and Lauren Zaberich, the movement's co-founders, to share more about how Share the Mic in Cyber is expanding the pipeline of diverse cyber professionals at the start of their careers while aiding and elevating those already in the field. So Camille, I'll kick it off with you. Tell us a little bit about the importance of a diversity, equity, and inclusion in the field of cybersecurity.
Yes, so cybersecurity is a human-centered challenge. We are seeking to understand how malicious actors think, how we can protect users, and how bias in technology affects operators. So to fully understand the scope of the threat and the vulnerabilities and the technology that, as you mentioned, underpin our everyday lives, we have to understand the people, and leveraging the lived experiences and societal context and cultural nuances of what's reflected in a diverse set of people is integral to fully understanding that scope and identifying opportunities to better secure the technology that we are talking about, or to implement mitigations to protect people. Not only that, but the cybersecurity community is woefully understaffed. It's really a problem, right? So we've got about 500,000 jobs in the US alone, and about 2.7 million jobs open in the cyber field worldwide. So not only is this important for us to get a full scope understanding of the threat and the opportunities, but to fill all of the jobs that we have open so that we can meet the demands of this existential threat.
Yeah, absolutely. Lauren, how can DEI bring more successful solutions to the most pressing cyber challenges we face today?
Well, I think Camille hit on probably the number one issue, right? Is that we just don't have enough people to fill all of these roles that are just so, critical to our security and our resilience. So if we can really focus on diversity and equity, inclusion, and, really make it so that people feel welcomed and included and like they belong in this field, then I think it will go a long way towards not only, focusing on the people who are here and giving them pathways towards leadership and things like that, but also, be getting, important benefits for the pipeline too, right? So that people can see themselves in these roles and want to join and want to, serve in different capacities, whether that's in the private sector or in the public sector. And then, bringing, as Camille said, bringing different perspectives, to cybersecurity, so we can understand the motivations of different threat actors, I think is so important. Camille's article in the Council on Foreign Relations from a year or two ago, really, dives into how cybersecurity, or racism rather, is a cybersecurity issue, because it not only blinds us to the myriad ways that our adversaries can attack us, right? Our adversaries do not discriminate, so we should not either, and really use our sins against us to deepen those fissures of society. But then it also really robs us of the talent and engagement of significant parts of our population, and of course mires us in the issues of today and saps our energy so that we can't look forward to those future threats. So really focusing on these issues as human capital issues is super important to ensure that we are equipped and that we are ready to face those challenges that we have today, but are just going to continue to grow.
Absolutely, yeah. And you both have really addressed the critical intersections between racism and diversity, equity, and inclusion, and cybersecurity. So I'd love to kind of open it up to both of you to talk a little bit about how Share the Mic in Cyber is actually addressing these challenges and issues in the cybersecurity field.
Yeah, in a moment where after the murders of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, and others, the cyber community wanted to do something, wanted to support their colleagues, wanted to create more space. The community, much like other areas, felt really limited in their ability to be supportive, right? These seems like systemic problems, organizational problems, industry problems. And the thing that Share the Mic in Cyber does is individualize that. It focused on individual action and the power of that and how it could then catalyze collective action. So by sharing your platform, by engaging in this very uncomfortable conversation about systemic racism and its impacts on the broader community, as individuals, folks were able to leverage their sphere of influence, whether that was just social media or at their companies or in the broader industry, to drive forward change. And on top of that, Share the Mic in Cyber seeks to address some of those systemic inequities. So the scholarship fund that was created seeks to break down some of the financial barriers. The fellowship that we're launching in partnership with New America is more of a holistic approach that will really support a handful of candidates each year in their professional pursuits and in professional development efforts. We are focused on CyberBase, which breaks down the access barriers and the visibility. So CyberBase is a database of Black cyber talent where companies and organizations can find folks for jobs or speaking engagements, et cetera. So the program really relies on partnership and opportunity to break down some of the systemic inequities. And then we've also been really able to make connections and break down some of the silos across public-private partnerships and just across industries and communities. And we've done that through roundtables and other events across the industry.
That's right. And, I would just add that we, capitalizing upon, as Camille said, people's motivations for wanting to, actually help, we've been able to get so many people who really care about this issue to participate and to amplify and to, spread the word, which has really been incredible. And so, we really try to count on our organizations to, not only participate, but also to try to live those ideals too. And, at the same time, we're focused on this, sort of small piece of the entire puzzle, right? And we're the actions that we do, we hope that are very concentrated and have really big impact, even if it is, a small amount of people just like really pushing this forward. I think the impact that we've had is really remarkable, and it's really truly a testament to the entire community of allies and practitioners being vulnerable, being willing to share, being willing to amplify and to highlight and really promote everyone.
Yeah, thank you for that. I know here at New America, we're so excited about our partnership with you all, and really looking forward to seeing this initiative grow. We'll be sure to include more information on the Share the Mic in Cyber initiative in the text below, and you can certainly stay tuned for more updates as the program continues to grow. Thank you both.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.